Well, tax season kicks off Monday, and already warnings have been put out about delays in getting your tax refund in a timely fashion. What's that mean? CEO and founding partner of the Wealth Management Group, Craig Bolanos, is joining us now to talk about what you need to know. Craig, thanks for being with us tonight.
No, it's great to be back. 'Tis a busy time of year for many Americans as we get organized and try to get those taxes filed on time and right the first go around.
Well, let's start there. For those who are expecting a refund, the IRS says this could be a frustrating wait. Talk us through that.
Well, I think where that frustration comes from is everybody knows about the pandemic. What people might not be aware of is as of December, there were still 6 million unprocessed returns from the previous year and 2 million unprocessed amendments. And if people really want to get their refund quickly and not be frustrated, then we need to commit to do a couple of things. One of them is to e-file, set up for direct deposit, because again, when you do it the old-fashioned way through paper can be like kryptonite to the IRS, and we want to help them streamline the process to streamline our refunds if we're entitled to one.
Do you have any sense of how many people still file, on paper versus e-filing?
You know what? The number is in the millions, but I think that number is going to definitely go down because there are people, as you alluded to, Ray, that went ahead and completed their 2020 tax return months ago, and they're yet to get a refund. So there's the old saying, once bitten, twice shy. I think many more people will move into that e-file category for the 2021 filing season.
Well, the IRS said expect, refunds to get processed or returns to get processed within 3 weeks. Do you think that is a realistic projection, or do you think it'll be longer?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of things that are guesstimates in the business of taxation. But what I can tell people is this. The IRS is working hard. They've put a lot of people on staff. They're trying to do what they can through the coronavirus. And if you file accurately and timely with direct deposit, I think there's a good chance you could see that refund inside that 21-day period that you mentioned.
Some have argued, given, yes, we're in a pandemic and everything is thrown out the window here, but some argue that the IRS is in a crisis right now. Do you agree with that?
I think there's a lot of industries that are in a crisis. Clearly, I don't represent and I don't work for the IRS, but what I can tell all those viewers that are out there is you just have to expect the unexpected. And being prepared and being flexible is a key to winning when it comes to finance. And I think if you apply those same principles going into this tax season, especially the changes that are here, again, the second year of economic impact payments, stimulus checks, the new expanded child tax credit, people need to be prepared for that. If you have your ducks in a row, you'll probably be okay.
All right, let's talk about some of the specifics. You say be prepared and have your ducks in a row. What specific things do you need to have tracked down as you start to file your paperwork, whether you do it on paper or you do it electronically, to avoid a delay?
Ray, it begins with the usual and customary. It's the W-2s, the 1099s, the traditional documents. But this year in particular, I need people to look through that checkbook, find the deductions, and most importantly, when you go to start completing your tax forms, determine how much, if any, economic impact payment, meaning stimulus check, you did or did not receive in March of 2021. That's going to be key. Ingredient number 2 for all the parents out there, if you've got children 17 and under, pay attention. Did you receive those, what I call advanced child care tax credits, July through December? If so, how much did you receive? That information is going to be critical to getting that return accurate the first time.
Well, you just hit the next question I was going to ask you, and that is about the child tax credit. Craig Bolanos, good to talk to you. Thanks for your time and perspective.
You're welcome.
All right, see you later.